Welcome to Top Stories Podcast, where we explore some of the most shocking cases and the search for justice. I'm Ava. Today we're covering the horrifying murder of 31-year-old model and real estate agent Melissa Mooney, found bound and gagged inside her own refrigerator in her Los Angeles apartment. What happened? Who is the suspect? And what does this case reveal about violence, trust, and pursuit of truth? Let's dive in. Melissa Mooney was a 31-year-old aspiring model and a real estate professional living in downtown Los Angeles. On September 12, 2023, police responded to her apartment on a welfare check requested by her mother she hadn't been heard from. Instead of finding a normal scene, they discovered something horrifying. Mooney's body was inside her refrigerator. She had been bound, gagged, and there was blood pooled at the bottom of the fridge compartment. Her wrists and ankles were tied behind her back with electrical cords and clothing. A gag fashioned from clothing items sealed her mouth. Pieces of apparel covered her face and neck. The coroner ruled the cause of death as homicidal violence, asserting that blunt force trauma and likely asphyxiation were involved. Her family later revealed she had been pregnant at the time of her death. Investigators identified Magnus Daniel Humphrey, also called Magnus Humphrey, a 41-year-old man from Minnesota with prior narcotics convictions, as the suspect. Humphrey was arrested on an unrelated federal warrant, then extradited to Los Angeles to face charges of murder and torture in Mooney's case. At a hearing, prosecutors revealed that Mooney and Humphrey allegedly had a very brief relationship, approximately 5 days before the murder. They described Humphrey as obsessive, with Mooney's friends testifying that he had become possessive early on. The prosecution claims the act was cold, calculated, and premeditated, possibly tied to a financial dispute. Humphrey's defense, however, argues that there is no direct witness to the act, and while his DNA was found at the scene and he had contact with Mooney, that alone doesn't prove murder. Some key investigative details so far. Surveillance footage showed Mooney alive on September 6. Then, an unidentified man used her key fob to access her elevator and carry bags into her unit. A gap of several days followed before the welfare check led to the discovery on September 12. This time gap raises questions. Was Mooney held captive? Was she aware? The autopsy revealed that the blunt force injuries alone probably wouldn't have killed her. But in the context of how she was found, the cause of death was ruled homicide linked to asphyxiation and possibly confinement. Notably, the motive remains unclear. While financial dispute, obsession, and relationship dynamics are considered, investigators have not publicly confirmed a full motive. What makes this case especially chilling and widely covered? The brutality of how the victim was treated, bound, gagged, stuffed in a fridge, evokes shock and horror. Mooney apparently let this person into her home, and then the violence followed. The suspect allegedly stayed at her apartment prior to the killing. The interplay of power, obsession, and vulnerability. A model in a high-risk environment. A brief relationship. The suspect's prior criminal record. The short time of acquaintance. The location, downtown LA high-rise. The pregnant status of the victim. All combine to elevate both tragedy and mystery. The trial of Magnus Humphrey. He faces charges of murder and torture, with potential for life imprisonment. Outcome, sentencing, and possible death penalty eligibility will be key. Additional forensic evidence or digital tracking data that might clarify how long Mooney was captive, who else may have been involved, and motive. Family and friends, statements, especially from Mooney's sister, carrying emotional weight, reminding us this is not just a case file but a loved one lost. The wider conversation about safety for models, vulnerable individuals, and relationship violence. This case may spur policy or public awareness efforts. This is a devastating case. The life of Melissa Mooney was stolen in the most unimaginable way. But by shining a light on what's known, what's being pursued, and what remains unanswered, we honor her memory and contribute to justice. If you found this episode meaningful, please like it, subscribe for more deep dives, and hit that bell icon so you don't miss future coverage. In the comments below, what stops you most about this case? The abuse of trust, the mystery of motive, the chilling discovery? Let's talk about it. I'm Ava, and I'm with Top Stories Podcast. Thank you for listening, and stay safe out there.